And Trump, we've seen you coming and going from the courtroom. Thanks so much for joining us outside the court as we do await this trial to resume. So is the president's team confident that it has poked enough holes in Michael Cohen's testimony here?
I don't know how many more holes they could possibly poke. Yeah, I think that it went as planned. I'm very proud of what the team did in there. And I think, obviously I'm limited to what I can say. He is under oath still. And obviously I'm an attorney for the president. But I think we did a pretty good job. And quite honestly, I was surprised myself by how deep it went.
Yeah. So what's next then? After the redirect and the recross, it looks like the prosecution is going to rest, and it's the defense's turn. We know that you want to call Brad Smith, who's an official with the FEC. Is that the limit of your witness list, or might you go beyond that?
I love the question, but I would be violating my ethics if I answered that question. I also don't feel like giving the DA any heads up. So let me just say this. What we heard this morning was very interesting. We heard a judge who was basically saying that we are not supposed to bring in or not allowed to bring in somebody who has explicit knowledge on this campaign finance laws, and he can't speak about what the law actually is. That was what most of our morning was spent discussing in there. That's incredibly crucial and critical, and frankly, to me, grounds for a mistrial. If you cannot bring in your expert who is supposed to speak and has served on the commission for campaign finance, then how are you supposed to do your case? With your hands tied behind your back and a blindfold on, effectively. We have a judge in here who we know should have recused himself, has chosen not to, and I think those decisions are coming out very clearly in each decision that we see in there.
As far as where this all goes next, what would be in the thought process to testify or not testify on the part of the former president?
Well, he's got to listen to his attorneys. It's not as much what he wants to do. We know he wants to testify. He is willing. He is able. He is nothing to hide at all. He's absolutely ready to tell the truth. Frankly, I think the truth is already spoken. He was in the White House while somebody in accounting booked a legal fee payment as a legal expense. It's pretty quick, and it would be a pretty short testimony as far as the questions that would need to be asked, because he had no part in this. The reality of the situation is that we have this judge, we have this court, and we have a DA who has been politically motivated since the minute he decided to run for office. Remember, this was not brought twice, not by Cy Vance and not by Bragg. The only time he decided to bring this case was after President Trump announced that he would be running for re-election. So the real question is one that would be discussed within the legal team, and of course we'll discuss with our client.
Alina, we don't want to lose sight of the fact that this is a precedent-setting